It sucks. I disagree with it.
That's unethical.
It's very unethical.
That's unethical.
It sucks. I disagree with
That's
it.
unethical.
It's very unethical.
That's unethical.
Hey lady, there's a cop right behind you in your personal space.
You're blocking the sidewalk. I was trying to get by. Please don't block sidewalks. I appreciate it.
He really wants an officer to like violate his First Amendment rights. That's what he's really gunning for.
Right. What's his TV show name again?
KULT News. KULT. He's a
Dear Chief Beige, greetings. Hope this finds you well and enjoying the weather. I'm taking the time to write because I wanted to provide my valuable feedback regarding an interaction I observed recently when the video documentation of the incident was published on the KULT News channel on Saturday, April 12th, 2025. It seems that Officer Stott, 3039, had been called to a public photography in progress. I was really disgusted to see how she acted in disdain of the citizen's right. I thought it was really unethical of her to go across the street and immediately try to solicit and trespass when there was no complaining party. She also kept trying to say that the sidewalk was being blocked when I didn't see anyone trying to use the sidewalk. I don't think that you can say it's blocked if you don't have someone trying to use it in the first place. Blocked from what? Who's blocked? So perhaps if Stott, number 3039, would cut back a bit on the Twinkies, then she would be able to pass someone on the sidewalk without having to commandeer the entire breadth of the sidewalk all to herself. On that note, I should mention my concerns with the physical requirements and training. It seems that Fort Walton Beach PD has let themselves go and become lax in their physical requirements, as well as in their training, judging from outward appearances. You should really start to hire people based on their capabilities and performance, rather than on diversity and inclusion, because it makes a big difference in the caliber and quality of service you are able to deliver. It should be someone who is capable of fulfilling the role of law enforcement according to the high standards set by Fort Walton Beach PD. Unless you consider your professional standards to be a joke. I was also really unhappy that how Scott, 3039, handled herself and her demeanor whenever the citizen journalist was asking her to identify herself by verbalizing her name and badge number. He had to chase her down the street and keep asking her several times because she wouldn't even stop and face the guy while she was talking to him. That doesn't show very good communication skills, and I would expect a more honorable behavior from anyone who represents that uniform. I find that kind of issue particularly disturbing because it just goes to show that her heart really isn't in the job or serving the people. Community service isn't her passion. It's something she has no concept of. I noticed her description of First Amendment auditors. I wonder, why does someone just standing there with a camera necessarily have to be baiting you into a negative reaction? And if that really is the case, then why is it so difficult for her to not take the bait? Is it such a stretch of the imagination to think that an officer of the law would actually respect the citizen's right? Well, then we'd have nothing but boring videos, but communities would have a lot more trust in law enforcement than people do now. Look how your officers like Stott 3039 conduct themselves. They presumably took an oath to uphold the Constitution, yet harbor nothing but disdain towards someone exercising their rights. You guys claim to be servants of the people. yet only served the business interests of the city government itself, and wouldn't lift a finger to uphold the Constitution or serve the people. Please, try to do a lot better in the future as far as training and physical requirements. Thanks for your time and serious consideration. Your community service is much appreciated. Sincerely.
Hi. Are you staying hydrated? Are you recording him, recording them? No? Okay. I like your dress. Hi. You know this lady out here?
Which one?
Standing. Is that y'all's property where she's standing?
I just got back here.
Red hat, she's walking. Oh, she's behind the tree. There she is. So she's a First Amendment auditor. You ever seen those YouTube videos where people like record people, but they stand on public property and they take pictures and record? Sometimes they stand at banks, like that guy's doing, or they stand at schools and they try to bait people into interacting with them negatively. That's what she is.
Okay.
So if you get any calls, but if she comes back on your property, just let us know and we can trespass her if you want. If
Oh
it's
yeah,
causing your
I
residence.
definitely will.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
If she stays on your property, do you want me to have her? Well,
No, she don't live here. I know everybody here.
I don't know if that's y'all's property right there, though. Looks like she's moved to the sidewalk.
I think that's city already.
Yeah. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Hey, lady, there's a cop right behind you in your personal space.
You're blocking the sidewalk. I'll try to get by. Please don't block sidewalks. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
To prioritize your outrage. Well, the bank is ridiculous. Wasting services. There could be somebody that really needs your.
Do y'all have a channel? Is it YouTube?
I don't know.
No, I just want to see. I like watching these videos.
I understand.
I just want the YouTube channel. Okay. Jeffries, you've got to ask for his YouTube if he has one.
I asked him if you will tell me. I want to see myself.
Wait until I get your body cam footage to see what stupid things you said at the folks.
I like watching those.
All the time they say stupid things.
No, I was just letting them know your rights and that you're allowed to stand
I
here.
hope that's true because I'll be honest with you.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Oh, can I get your name and badge number, officer?
Officer Stott 3039. Stott 3039.
Scott, what?
3039.
3039?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Maybe they someday want to give them that information in the future so they can actually hear you. There you go. You go to Fine Donuts and do your job.
It's not a nice fat joke.
Probably not your job, but you.
Never asked you anything. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean. So as soon as you get closer, interact, they start screaming at you,
Yeah, they did.
making fat jokes.
Stott 3039. It seems that Fort Walton Beach has let themselves go in their physical requirements and in their training as well, because blocking the sidewalk is a pathetic excuse. Perhaps if you cut back on the Twinkies a bit, then you'd be able to pass someone on the sidewalk without having to commandeer the entire width of the sidewalk all to yourself. They really should start to hire folks based on capability and performance rather than just on diversity and inclusion. It should be a person able to fulfill the role of law enforcement according to the standards set by Fort Walton Beach PD, unless you consider your professional standards to be a joke. You should really start to honor your oath to serve the people and uphold the Constitution, or else you don't respect that badge and uniform and don't deserve to wear it. You're law enforcement, not a feelings enforcer, so start acting like it. Have a little self respect. Some people went to great efforts to make sure we have these rights and can call ourselves a free country, but meanwhile you wipe your feet on the red, white, and blue. Honestly, you aren't who we want in this position. Serve the people. Sincerely. Alright, and I wrote one to Lieutenant Chisholm. Thanks for upholding our right to film what we can see in public spaces. We need more folks in law enforcement who have your understanding. Keep up the great work. Your community service is much appreciated. Sincerely. You won a challenge token.